Hello friends, welcome to Learn Positive with Pradeep Kumar. If you're watching my channel, like, share, comment, subscribe and click the bell icon. Today's subject is Automobile Chassis and Transmission, Unit 1, Rear Axle, Part 5. If you want to see the previous video of this subject, please click the I button on the top of the video. It will show the playlist of this subject and also other subjects in both the language Tamil and English. See all the videos and don't forget to subscribe. Today topic is rear axle. So it is an axle through which drive goes to the wheels. It is said to be the rear axle. The power is transmitted from the differential through the rear axles to the driving wheels. So it is the process how the rear axle gets the power. So it gets the power from the differential and the differential gets the power from the propeller shaft. So from the propeller shaft the differential will receive the power and it will transmit the power to the rear axles equally. The differential transmits the power to the driving wheels through the rear axles only. And there are two types of rear axle we are using. One is dead axle and another one is live axle. In dead axle, a axle is an carrier a part of vehicle weight. Also, it does not connect to the wheels. The power does not connect to the wheels. It is a dummy one. So it is used in the nowadays car like a front wheel axle, front wheel drive cars. We are using the dead axle. In live axle, the live axle carries the vehicle weight and also carries the drive to the connected wheels. The live axle is not a single piece, but it is the two halves connected. One is differential and another one is a half shafts used for rear axles. So in a four-wheeler drive, all the axles are live axles only. In case of rear axle drive vehicle, the front axle are bent, whereas in front wheel drive vehicles, and the rear axles are dead one. And almost all the rear axles on the modern passenger cars are live axle only in nowadays. The purpose of rear axles are it is used to each of the axles is rotated it is used to rotate the rear axles rear wheels. It acts as a beam to support the weight of the body and also it acts as a housing as support for the final drive differential and for the off shafts. Construction of the rear axle. So the rear axle is not a single piece, as I said before. It is the two halves. One is differential and another one is rear wheels. The inner end of the off shaft is connected to the sun gear and the outer end of is connected to the rear wheels. The housing completely enclosed with the rear axle and also the differential itself. The pinion shaft is supported in the bearing in axle casing and takes the drive from the propeller shaft. The pinion shaft drives a crown wheel which is in mesh with it and mounted on the shaft. So from the propeller shaft we get the power via the pinion to the crown wheel. After the crown wheel we get the power transmitted to the planet gear and then the sun gear. So from the sun gear we get we are connected with the off shaft and it will transfer the power to the rear wheels. The wheels are mounted on the ends of the axle shafts. And the forces on the rear axles. The rear axle is subjected to the following stresses. They are tensile and compressive stress. The tensile and compressive stress are owing to side thrust and corner forces, and the bending stress due to the vehicle weight. The tensile stress is happen due to the longitudinal stress by pulling the material, and also compressive stress is said to be compressing force happened in the vehicle axle, and the bend force due to the overweight or vehicle weight. Due to the vehicle weight, the bending stress is happen in the rear axle, and also shear stress due to overload of the vehicle. The bending stress is become the shear stress also, and torsional stress due to the driving and braking torque. The torsional stress is happened while sudden moving of the car and also while at the braking of the cars. The reaction, we divided the reactions into four. The first one is torque reaction. The power and torque produced by the engine is transmitted to the wheels through the propeller shaft. So the propeller shaft transmits the torque to the differential and it transmits the power to the rear wheels, causing them to rotate. So this torque not only rotates the wheels in one direction but also attempts to rotate the differential housing in opposite direction. Due to this opposite direction rotation happened in the differential and the axle, the torque reaction is made inside that. So this reaction is known as the torque reaction. To reduce this torque reaction, the prevention execution moment of the differential housing from this action, two types of bracing the differential housings are used in the modern automobiles. They are Hotchkiss drive and torque tube drive. The both drawing is given on the slide. You can see that one is the first one is the Hotchkiss drive and the next one is the torque tube drive. Due to the usage of this kind of drives, we are reducing the torque reaction in the differential unit. So next one is drive thrust. Drive thrust is produced in the engine, causes the thrust to be produced in the road wheels. So this has to be transmitted from the axle casing to the chassis frame and the body of the vehicle. So the radius rod are used to reduce the drive thrust in the rear axle. So the drive thrust is happened due to the movement of the vehicle towards forward or the reverse position. And the next one is weight of the body. Let us consider the rear axle as a simply supported beam loaded at the 2 points. So the simply supported beam, we are comparing the simply supported beam with the rear axle due to the supported points are the wheels and the beam is said to be the rear axle's shaft and the differential. The rear axle supports body weight through the two suspension springs from the road wheels. So this weight causes shear force and also the bending moment in the axle. You can see the diagram. In the first diagram has without a load in the vehicle. After the diagram is shown as the overload of the vehicle. So due to the overload, the bending moment is happened. Due to the over bending moment, so the shear force also be happened after the bending moment reaches ultimate point. The fourth one is side thrust. Due to the side load of the wheel during the turning, the rear axle also experience the side thrust or the pull. Hard rod is used to hold the axle in position against the side thrust. You can see the image given below. So in this car was turning suddenly in a curved path. So the one side of the wheel gets full side thrust and or a pull inside the car, one side of the car. So due to this, the side thrust, the car is going to be pull on one side or it has to be giving more stress to the one side of the wheel. So this is said to be the side thrust. Friends, if you like this video, please give a thumbs up, share with your friends, comment and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.